If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear, the camera's here.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to Jerry's NBA Talk TV. I'm NBA Jerry, and thank you for watching. I wanted to talk to you guys for a few minutes about LeBron James. I watched the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls game, and then I watched the Lakers and the Spurs game. And I'm going to make a video about that, and I'll get into that later. But I want to specifically talk about LeBron James. I actually think LeBron James made the wrong decision when he chose to go to the Miami Heat. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Obviously, the reason why everyone hates the Miami Heat team is because of LeBron. It's not because of Dwayne Wade, because he was already there. And it wasn't because of Chris Bosh, because nobody really cared if Chris Bosh left Toronto or not, except the people in Toronto. And the way Chris Bosh left Toronto, he didn't rub anybody the wrong way, except some of the Toronto faithful. No matter how he left, they still were going to get mad at him anyways. The way he did it, Chris Bosh, he went on TV, him and Dwayne Wade, and he was talking to Michael Wilbon, and he announced that he was going to go to the Miami Heat. You know, a lot of people probably didn't even see it. Same thing with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant did it nice and quiet when he signed his extension with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And he was just, he sent a Twitter out, and he basically told everyone that he was staying with Oklahoma City, and he kept it moving. Well, LeBron James did it a different way, and I'm not going to get into that because we already know. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys why I feel like LeBron James made the wrong decision to go to the Miami Heat. I've been thinking about this for a while, and initially I was back and forth on it, whether I liked him going there or not. I did at first because I thought it was kind of cool for him to be on the same team as Dwayne Wade. I thought it was going to be real fun to watch those two guys, those two superstars on the same team running up and down the court and doing fast breaks and stuff like that. I thought that was going to be real fun. But I've changed my mind, and I know in my heart I feel like LeBron really made a bad decision going to the Miami Heat. The team that I think he should have went to, and folks, this is just my opinion. I think he should have went to the Chicago Bulls, and I'm going to get into that in a second. But for him to be the best basketball player in the world, because in my opinion, I still believe he is the #1 basketball player in the NBA. For him to leave Cleveland, and I'm not mad at him for leaving Cleveland, because obviously you see what type of team they are now without him. For him to leave that team and go to the Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade's team, I thought it was a cop-out. I think he tried to get a championship the easy way. Now I understand him as a competitor wants the best chance to win, and I'm not mad at him for wanting to win championships. I'm really not. But the bottom line is you have to work to win a championship. You just can't join a bunch of good players or great players and expect to win a championship. Now I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't think LeBron James will ever win a championship, because I'd be a fool to say that. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do believe in my heart that they will not win the championship this year. And if they don't win a championship, it's going to be a failure. And LeBron and Dwayne Wade have gone on record and said that themselves. For LeBron and Dwayne Wade, I see a lot of things going on between those two young men. First of all, when you have two top players, they have egos, and we know this. So let me give you an example of what I mean by these two guys. And I call this the game within the game, or gamesmanship. Let's start off in the pregame. Now, when they're in the locker room or in the hallway getting ready to go out and run onto the court, you can hear LeBron James getting everybody huddled up, and he'll talk to the team and stuff. And then Dwayne Wade sometimes will say something. It depends on what game and what situation it is. And then when they run out onto the court, normally the best player runs out last. That's how it works. But LeBron James is not the one running out last. What he'll do is he'll wait for everybody to go, and then he'll go in front of Dwayne Wade, meaning Dwayne Wade will wait on LeBron, and Dwayne Wade will be behind LeBron James, and then Dwayne Wade will come out last. And the reason he does that is not because he's the best player, it's because it's his team, meaning he was there first. Now I'm talking about Dwayne Wade. He was on the Miami Heat first, and LeBron James, rightfully so, is showing that man respect by letting him go last, if you will. Letting him go last onto the court when they're running out of the hallway onto the basketball court. You know, because the crowd sees that. The crowd's anticipating and they see all the players, and then they start cheering when they see the best player come out last. And the best player is LeBron James, but he's not coming out last. It's Dwayne Wade. And then the starting lineups. When they announce the starting lineups, LeBron James is not called last. He's called first. And Dwayne Wade is called last. And the reason why Dwayne Wade is called last, again, is because it's his team. He won a championship there, and he was there 7 years before LeBron was. LeBron James is the best player on the team, but he doesn't get the best player treatment because it's not his team. It's Dwayne Wade's team. Another thing, when LeBron James does his chalk, when he throws up the chalk into the air and stuff like that, that's his little pregame ritual. Well, Dwayne Wade has a couple of pregame rituals himself. What Dwayne Wade does is he'll grab the rim and do chin-ups, stick his head through the rim. That's the first thing he does. And then after that, he will put his hands up, his two hands up, and point to the sky on each sideline of the court. Basically getting the crowd ready. He does that at home on home games in Miami. Now, if you guys haven't noticed this, Dwayne Wade does that after LeBron James does his chalk. He waits on LeBron to throw the chalk up, and then he'll do it. Meaning Dwayne Wade will do it last because this is my team. I was here first. And I don't like it. LeBron James still could be one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game when it's all said and done. And I'm talking about top 5 players of all time. But in his commercial, he asked, did he ruin his legacy or did he mess his legacy up? And I think he has. I really do. Not because of his numbers, because his numbers are going to be great. He'll still be a productive basketball player. But I really feel like LeBron James copped out when he went to the Miami Heat. I really believe that in my heart. And for him to play second fiddle in some of the small areas of the game within the game, gamesmanship, the stuff I was talking about, to Dwayne Wade, because he's playing second fiddle to Dwayne Wade in gamesmanship. Now, not on the court. LeBron James is the leader of the Miami Heat, in my opinion, and he's the best player. And I'm not, taking that away from him. But the bottom line is that's Dwayne Wade's team, and sometimes they bump heads because LeBron James has such an overbearing personality. I think it rubs Dwayne Wade the wrong way sometimes. That is why I feel like LeBron went to the wrong team. There's a lot of different other factors that I don't have time to talk about, and those are a couple reasons I feel like he went to the wrong team. Now, I'm going to tell you why I really feel like LeBron James should have went to the Chicago Bulls. Obviously, you see Chicago Bulls without LeBron James is better than the Miami Heat with LeBron James. So imagine the Chicago Bulls with LeBron James added to that roster. The same roster they have now, because pretty much if he would have signed with the Chicago Bulls when he made his decision on July 8th, and he decided to go to the Bulls, and him being on that team, pretty much the whole team would be what it is now, plus LeBron James. And folks, to me, they would have won multiple championships. And Chicago still has a chance to win multiple championships. You're talking about Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, Carlos Boozer, Luol Deng, just to name a few. And then you add LeBron James to that roster. That'd be ridiculous. And then you got Derrick Rose, who's going to win the MVP this year. Not because he is the MVP. He's going to win it now because for a lot of different media reasons that I'm not going to get into. But in my opinion, LeBron James is the MVP. A lot of you guys will probably disagree with that. But LeBron James is definitely the MVP this year. But he won't get it because how he handled the summer, because the guys are talking about him the most are the people that are going to be voting for him. And also, Derrick Rose is on the hype machine right now. They're really hyping him up. And I'm not saying Derrick Rose is not an MVP candidate, because he is, and rightfully so. But he is not the MVP of the league. Another reason why Derrick Rose is going to win it is because Derrick Rose has beaten LeBron James head-to-head 3 times. And LeBron James has not won a game yet. So that third game on Sunday when they came in and beat Miami, and Miami was in a must-win situation. The Chicago Bulls won the game. So that right there, to me, stamped Derrick Rose to win the MVP. They're going to vote him in, and he's going to win it. And LeBron James will be in second place. But I digress. So basically, what I'm saying is, I think LeBron James should have went to the Chicago Bulls. You're talking about Derrick Rose and LeBron James, the number one and number two MVP candidates, on the same team. And those two, to me, would have played a lot better than LeBron James and Dwayne Wade are playing together. And see, folks, when you have three guys, I'm talking about Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, making 14 plus million a year, it's hard to fill a roster that way. But see, Chicago Bulls already have a roster. They have a point guard and they have a center. And I told you this before, those are the two most important positions in basketball. And they already have that. All LeBron James would have had to do was join that roster. He would have been the unquestioned leader, because even though Derrick Rose is the leader now, he's a very quiet individual, very humble guy. And you know how he is. He's a real quiet dude. LeBron James would have been the leader on that team without a doubt. He would have been called last in the starting lineups. He would have did his pregame ritual last. He would have been running out the hallway last onto the court. I mean, it would have been his team, even though Derrick Rose was there 2 years before him and he's from Chicago. That would have been LeBron James' team. He would have been the unquestioned leader, and he would have been the man on the Chicago Bulls. But what he chose to do was cop out, go to the Miami Heat, and join a couple of his homeboys and try to win a championship the easy way. I think he made the wrong decision. That is my opinion on it. I really feel like that man made the wrong decision. But, to each his own. This decision he has to live with, and we'll see what happens. But to me, LeBron James would have definitely been a lot better off on the Chicago Bulls versus the Miami Heat. I'm very interested to know what you guys think about this. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but I'm just calling it like I see it, and I'm just giving you my opinion. Like I said before, you guys are some of the smartest basketball fans out there. If you're going to rip me apart for saying this, then go ahead. Tell me what you feel. Let me know what team he should have went to. Did he go to the right team? Should he went to Chicago Bulls? Let me know what you guys think. I'm really interested. Okay? Thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. And don't forget, if you can believe it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. You guys know I appreciate it. And remember, folks, always, always treat people how you want to be treated, and everything will be okay. This is NBA Jerry, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.